Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Final Fantasy Randomizer. We've got our Duckling Boot Camp going on. This is our last of our Duckling Boot Camp. Um, that's going to be and that is going to be our free enterprise. So I've got. Sorry, I should put him on here on the in the comms here with me. I have got Phoenix in here running tonight.
Hey, buddy, how's it going?
Going pretty well. Going pretty well. Glad to see that you made it home okay.
Yeah, a little bit of traffic. It's all good. Rush hour traffic that got exponentially worse. It's all good.
So tonight we've got Free Enterprise. This is based off of the Final Fantasy IV Free Enterprise, um, which is a very interesting randomizer in and of itself.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely one I've been keen to check out for some time. But Free Enterprise is one of my favorite flag sets here.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. It does, as Mulhound says, it is kind of a Zoom seed.
It can be, and
It can
but
be.
one thing it definitely can be, especially for newer folks, it can be overwhelming at the beginning.
It
You're
can't.
gonna have
Yeah,
anywhere to go. The map is gonna be completely open for everybody.
yeah. That is very much true. Um, so let's start. It's going to be a random alternate final boss. So remember how we had the alternate final boss back in 102, the Fighter Week.
Oh yeah.
Well, that one I specifically gave you double dragons. This one could be. It could be double dragons. It could be the Fun Dead, which is two buffed Lich 2s and four buffed Phantoms. Let's see if I can move that over a little bit more. There we go. It could be Warmech and Friends, two Warmechs and six Evil Men. It could be Whack a Garland, which is what you see on the tooltip, where it's eight Garlands and a Chaos. It could be the Sahagan Wagon, Kraken 1, Kraken 2, and Arsahags and Wiz Sahags. And it could be the Snake Pit, which is Tia 1, Tia 2, and Snakes. What's your
See
favorite of the
Bullhound in
alternates?
chat already calling for us a hag and wagon.
What's your favorite of the alternates, Phoenix?
Are you asking my favorite or my favorite? Because those are
Both.
two very different answers.
Both.
Well, my favorite is definitely Fun Dead. Two liches and four phantoms, which can wreak absolute havoc on a party and has put an end to many Topher runs. Um, but I think I'm partial to Snake Pit. We saw Snake Pit come up a lot, Chanigan and I, in our co-op runs, and we ended up winning that tournament. So there's a special place in my heart for Snake Pit.
For me, I've not really. I guess I'm just lucky in that I've not really ever run into an awful Fun Dead.
Oh, that is a lot of luck. I have seen some absolute gnarly Fun Deads.
But I have run into some pretty awful Sahagan wagons.
Truth. Anything with Kraken 2 is can be awful.
Yeah. We do have to light all four orbs, and it is short Topher, but we will have all refights. Difficulty scaling. So there's one particular very interesting thing to note on the difficulty scaling. Well, two. One is the boss HP, 80 to 240. And why don't you tell us the other? Why don't you tell us about the other one, Phoenix?
Oh, the other one for me is the encounter rate. Zero. Zero encounters. So we're gonna have the run of the world with not a care in the world except for trap tiles. So as a runner, that tells me a couple of things. First off, I'm looking at that and I'm gonna see the diminished value of a thief right away because I don't have to run from anything. And Mulhound definitely calling it out in chat right now. Black belt seed. Free enterprise is very geared towards black belts. You see the XP is jacked pretty high as well. Triple plus 100. That's pretty high.
Okay,
And 10% per item. There's tons of key items, and we're going to be getting them fast and furious. So that XP is going to scale really, really fast.
you can't see it, but I'm kind of dancing in my chair at the thought of a black belt seed.
I love a good black belt seed. I joined FFR when black belt was the meta back in like 2020, 2021 when Greg Lee Puff was like king of the black belts and just wrecking the entire server with his adeptness at black belts. So that was my jam back when thieves and white mages were basically the meme party.
I tried to learn as much as I could from Gregory Puff on how to run a black belt.
Punch. That is all.
Well, learning the levels, learning the
Yeah,
learning all the breakpoints, learning where pseudo ribbon comes, all of that stuff.
absolutely.
Our incentivized locations, all of them,
Yes.
are incentivized items. You notice all of these are grayed out. We'll get to that in a minute. But you also notice the one that isn't on, which is the Mazda. We'll get to that one. We'll get to that one a little later as well. But what are our incentive locations and items? Yes.
Hmm. Key thing here that I'm going to be looking for, hint givers are on. And in something like this, talking to the hint givers might save you a ton of time. If I find out that something I don't need is in Ice Cave or Ordeals, that's going to make it a quick skip, which is going to save me several minutes in time. So I'm not, I'm split on hint givers, but in something like this, I'm definitely going to be talking to the hint givers, especially early.
Because because we'll see something shortly. We don't have any of the overworld edits. So if you remember all those map edits that I showed off last week, those aren't here. It's just the early open progression. But now let's look at this maps and routing, and this will show some of this will show some things. We've got our early king item, early Sarda item, early sage, early ordeals. We've got our Lefane shortcut, our superstore, our Lefanish hospitality, our Gaia shortcut and Gaia item shop, which these are all pretty standard, but always make sure to check these progression flags because sometimes one or more of them will get turned off for a flag set. You remember how I talked about we might how all those were grayed out and we don't have any of our map things on. This is why, because you get all of the movement items.
Yeah,
Ship.
that's why I talked about this is super overwhelming early for a new person because you've got anywhere to go. There's lots of free key items, and so a key to these flag sets is being able to just strategize what's my route, where am I going to go off the bat, and then being able to adapt as you get items on the fly.
Yes. Also, if you note down here, the Maza was not incentivized. We have guaranteed endgame Maza and Warmech Guardian of Maza. So it will be in was it the center chest at the back in Short Topher?
Yeah, I think so.
And it will be a trapped chest. It's not marked, but it will be a trapped chest, and it will give you a Warmech fight. Shops and magic. This is all pretty standard. The shops will include caster and elite gear. So they will include some of that really high-end gear. Thanks, Mecklin. Top left on short. Well, it's also, as Laser points out, I like a free war mech fight, and the Masa's nice too. It's also nice to know exactly where it is. So our enemy formations. We have required war mech. You will fight. You will have to fight war mech at the end of the Bridge of Destiny to get to Tia, to get to the air orb. But it may not be Tia. We have the alternate fiends on. I don't remember what all the alternate fiends are.
Yeah, I don't remember. There's a bunch of them now.
Yeah,
There's a ton of them.
there are gobs of them. But we'll get to see some of them tonight. Buffed pirates.
Buffed and unsafe pirates.
Yeah, buffed and unsafe pirates. So they will be in the pool. They will be in the skills pool. And they will have a status attack. We also have buffed Astos. Oh, it is just gonna swap the normal fiends around, Mecklin. Um, Apparently, it's just gonna shuffle them.
Cool. So Tiamat and Earthcave, giddy up.
Giddy up. We do have B-side formations for our trap tiles. That is also another thing to note.
Yeah, and that's generally another indicator that black belt's going to be a strong pick here. So obviously, I'm going to be looking for the eye tile.
Well, the
Going to
three
be looking
eyes.
for gas D tile. Yeah, lots of great tiles, and with no encounters, every trap tile is a safe trap tile.
Exactly. We also will have to fight a buffed Bahamut to promote. So here's our party. We will start with 2 forced and 2 nuns. Just like in Free Enterprise, you start with 2 forced and 2 nuns. But you'll have recruits gated by fiends and recruits linked to key NPCs. So recruits gated by fiends, you down the fiend in fire. There will be a character, a recruitable character behind that. We'll also have linked to key NPCs. So when you rescue Sarah, there may be a character there. When you turn in the crystal, there may be a character there. When you defeat the pirates, you might have a character there. So that is your NPC turn-ins. That is a good question. Normally, recruits will have unique classes unless they are forced to repeat because recruit count is higher than the available classes. This removes that restriction. All selected classes are not guaranteed to be in the pool, and a class may not necessarily be available at all in the given seed. So, yes, Sarda's Recruit is behind Vampire. That is good to know. Thank you, Mulhound. And yes, Retro Indie Josh, they could all be white mages.
It's gonna happen, isn't it?
Uh, Lord, I hope not. Red Mage carry is not fun. We do have lock picking at level 15 if we have a thief. We do have our double hit growth on black belt or on thief and ninja. That's as good as a black belt. Um, we have our red mage, red wizard hit growth. I'm sorry, that's better than a black belt. Black belt hit growth is 3. We do have our vanilla red mage, red wizard, our vanilla thief ninja ability because agility because it matters less when you don't know if you're even going to have a thief. We get two blurs, 2 bonuses, no malices. Starting equipment, we'll get an AoE caster item. We'll get our explorer pack. We'll get -3 to +5 on weapons. Other than these are all pretty standard. Other than making sure we have an AoE caster item. And our usual adjustments, our standard adjustments are in play with magic menu reorder, auto retarget. We don't have an airboat. That flag is actually bugged when you have free airship and free ship. So, or at least it has been, or at least it was before. And we're not running any of the experimental beta flags. That's just bad. Those are just not fun. Oops. I put the wrong. I killed the wrong window.
That's okay. It's all good. I guess while you're fixing that, we'll talk a little bit of strategy around free enterprise for the Ducks. So I kind of talked about it earlier, but no encounters. So a thief for me, really not something I'm going to be particularly interested in unless I can't find any other melee. Fighter is better, but with what we have, obviously, like there's no substitute for the black belt. If I can find a black belt, I'm taking a black belt in this. Um, I'd like to stick to 3 man if I can. Um, that would be great. It'd be great if I open with a black belt. I'm not counting on it. I'm assuming it's going to be something like 2 white mages because, the world loves me. Um, but there's a few things to consider here. Normally, with free enterprise, you're still going to do your early stuff in the same order. You're still going to go to Toph quickly. You're going to take out Garland. You're going to go back and get King and Sarah and see what you get. Hopefully, there'll be an NPC there. And then after that is where it really opens up. Normally, what I'd really want to do is go to Provoca. I'm a little leery about going to Provoca because the pirates are buffed and unsafe. So I'm a little leery about that, especially if I end up with like 2 melee or something. Um, so might not go there. I may just go and quickly collect some key items. So things like Sarda, Crescent Lake, the easy ones where it's just a stop and go. Grab those and see what I get early, because that's really going to dictate where I'm going to start going next. So I can hopefully come up with a bit of an efficient route in my head. And I see that we're up on stream, so
Yes.
let's start it up and let's see what we get here.
So there's a great question in chat. There's a great question in chat. Promo Sage, good blursing or no?
It depends. Um, If I it's never a bad blessing. Promo Sage is never a bad blessing. It's great as a safety net because if fast rolls level 8 or temper rolls level 8, I know I'm still going to be able to get it no matter what. So any sort of sage, whether it's promo or not, is fantastic. It may affect when I actually promote. So if I get a black belt, I'm not going to promote until later. But I am still going to make it a point to do it if I get a promo sage and the magic is high level. If fast temper, nuke, cure 4, some of those all roll lower levels, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to because I've got what I need, so there's no need to. But it's certainly a great thing to have in my back pocket. So I see I'm starting with a couple of mages. That's fine. Okay, red mage is a little bit buffed. I'll take that. That's not terrible, and I know I'll get some offensive magic. White mage. Okay, I'll find lamp and get a free ribbon, and I get life. Okay, not terrible.
Well, White Mage
And
loves
then
lamp.
let's see. I guess, the worst case scenario, I know there's a Maza in there somewhere, and I guess white ninja strats, why not? We'll see. Or white samurai strats, so why not? That's the worst case scenario. Let's hope it doesn't come to that. I
Yeah.
really don't want to have to go through two Warmechs, one without or both of them without a Maza before taking on the Fiend twos. That would be not great, but I love a good dumpster fire, so why not?
Yeah, why not?
Alrighty, I guess with that said, we've got that stuff out of the way, so let's kick this one off. All right, let's see what AOE item I get. A black shirt. Okay, so I've got a nice
That's
2 guaranteed, so that's good. All right, let's see what the magic is. Let's see how painful this is gonna be.
okay. Great question. Should you prioritize recruits to start earning XP and swap them out later?
Oh, it depends. It depends really. It's not a terrible idea.
And
Um,
there's that lamp for that free ribbon right
yeah.
away.
So let's do the meme. Let's buy a lamp for my white mage. That's fantastic. Which is great. Free ribbon off the beginning. That's great. Okay, bracket level 1. Okay, so I can get through Garland. That's great. The rest of the magic, not so great. All right. Uh, okay, I know where the bonk is. The bonk is in Sky. Excellent. That'll help. Okay, I'm only going into these because I know there's possibly elite gear. Zeus bonk, okay. Really expensive, not good enough. Um,
Light axe.
Light Axe is really good for that white mage with
Yeah,
enhanced Harmon. A little out of my price range right now, unfortunately.
but it's good to know that it's there.
Exactly. All right. So
Also,
let's get a
also
quick.
that sun sword. Can't the doesn't the red mage use the sun sword?
He does. So that is, I guess, my safety net. If I don't find a melee early, I have that. So one thing for the ducks you'll notice that I'm doing is I'm walking to Topher rather than taking the airship because um, at the end of it, I'm going to warp back to Canaria naturally. So there's no point in taking the airship because I just have to walk back and get it anyways. The only time I would do that is if I have warp or exit early. I'm
Exactly.
going to open these chests, see if I can get some early cash or maybe some sort of gear. A flame shield is great if I get a melee pool. All right, let's, I guess, just hope that Garland doesn't really have a script. Let's put you down there to hope you don't get hit. White mage, I'm sorry, but if you die, you die.
If
Black
he
shirts
dies,
and
he
brag.
dies.
And he dies.
But Garland is broken into pieces.
Yes. All right, let's see what we got. We have a black belt. Okay, we are good. And the Thor hammer and a ribbon. Okay. Okay. Life is good. Dude can be the black belt.
Well, let's see what that black belt's got.
So let's see. So he's got some spells. So I see that there. Um,
Oh,
oh boy, we have basically hit pretty close to the jackpot for a black
jackpot.
belt. Telemagic is great for a grind. Plus 20 hit percentage is great. So that's going to reduce the levels that I'm going to need for my hit thresholds, which is great. I can't do that
But
math off the top of my head, but it definitely
um,
lowers it by a couple of levels.
6.
All right.
Lowers it 6
Um,
levels. When you hit it means when you hit pseudo ribbon, you also hit 12 punches.
Excellent. Excellent. And you know what? I'm going to put that ribbon right on him right now, which is great. And my white mage is already ribboned, which is great.
You might
All
also
right.
put that black shirt on him.
Yeah, that's actually not a bad idea there. And put it there first for the
Yep.
ducklings. Always make sure your AoE items are first in their slots. Um, when you get into serious racing, if you do, seconds matter,
Yeah.
and extra menuing can um, can make the difference. Our recent Plata Derby was decided by 1 second, so that will tell you how much seconds actually matter. So I'm here in Provoca. I don't know if I'm actually going to take the pirates on yet. I don't have the magic for it with buff pirates and unsafe pirates. So I'm going to make a decision based on that. Okay, I'm going to take the pirates. I'm going to get lots of fade casts. That's fantastic. Invis 2 is also a great spell to pick up, help with the evade, mostly for Topher. We're gonna have lots of casts of that. That's great. So let's see what we got for black. Oh boy, there's fast as well.
Fast
I
and warp.
clearly made a mistake in buying Invis 2 twice, but so I'm gonna have to go without warp.
Well,
Here's really hoping I
you've got
don't
2
have to
charges on
go
black belt.
into ordeals because that's gonna be fun.
You do have 2
All right.
charges of warp on the black belt.
Oh, that's right. I have tele magic. That's right. That's right. All right, let's see how horrible those are. And is that another black belt? That is another black belt. I'm not going to take two black belts, but I could take two black belts if I want to. Oh, right, you're level one. Okay. That kind of changes the calculus, not in my favor, but that's okay. We'll get through this. It's okay. It's okay. This is fine. Oh, they do have a script. They have glare. It's a good thing I have some ribbons. Okay, fade goes off. Good. Okay.
Oh, that's going to be a lot of XP too.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, cool. Look at that. My black belt's already level 10. That is great. And there's a ruse item, so that is good. Perfect right there. Oh yeah, I had that Thor's hammer I could have used. Um, ooh, houses are very expensive. Not ideal. I don't really care about armor anymore. I've got a couple ribbons. We're good.
Hint giver.
Oh yes, good point. Good point. Thank you. I forgot. Yes, for anybody that doesn't know, the hint giver in Provoca only appears after you kill Bicky or the pirates. Oh, thank you for giving me one of the three possible hints that absolutely did not help because I already have the item. Thank you. Awesome. All right. So now we're just going to go start piling on the free items. So down here, Crescent Lake quickly. Let's grab what the sages have me. Also check the item shop because there is the vendor item out there somewhere. That's not it. And yeah, I'm not really checking shops beyond this. I know there's possible elite gear, but with a black belt and two ribbons already, well, one ribbon and a pseudo ribbon, I just kind of don't care at this point because they're not really going to add much for me. All right, let's see what we got here. Talk to the hint giver. Okay, Sarda has the ruby. Okay, well, Titan's incentivized, so that's fair enough. The rod. Okay, that's a thing. Not the ideal one that I'm looking for, but
But
it's
you
okay.
know, you know, that town was super green,
Yeah.
ruby and rod.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm still gonna go because it's extra XP. I'm gonna go to Sarda. Don't I don't think I want to go to Earth yet. I might have to. I don't really want to yet because I'm basically gonna be working on fading that. Take my ruby. I don't know. Maybe I'll get something in Titans.
Yeah, that's a decent play.
It would be great if it was the key and then I could double check or something leading to the key and I could check both spots in Marsh. Because Marsh locked is a thing in this.
Yes, it is.
So normally I would go to Marsh early, but I'm trying to leave that as late as possible and hoping that there's a key. Okay, I'll take an adamant. It just keeps racking up the XP. That's fair. And one thing for the ducks that you'll notice is I basically stopped opening up chests at this point. I know my win condition is the black belt. Black belt needs no gear. I have the ribbons already. If it's not an incentive box, I'm just not gonna open it anymore. All right, adamant white shirt. Not ideal, but it's a thing. Okay. So now I have to start making decisions now. Uh, cool. You know what?
Would you? I was gonna say, would you consider? Well, there's three easily checkable trap tiles in Earth.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? Let's see. You have lots of casts of fade. You've got lots of casts of fade and brack. You know what? Let's pull a YOLO here. And you know what? It also gives us a chance to check some of these trap tiles over here.
Yeah, that's
Okay, so let's check
my
Hollow
first
Giants.
thought. My
Frost
first thought
Wolves,
is we've
not
got. My first thought is we have
great.
easily checkable trap tiles
Yeah.
to
Oh,
potentially get a
really not
grind on.
great. They've got ice too. That's great. Okay, well that's all right. Let's see if I can get a little bit better RNG here just to see what's behind those. Oh, you know what? It's just gonna give me more of them. Okay, all right. And not what I'm looking for. Uh,
There's the elemental.
you know what? YOLO. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Let's you know what? Let's see what happens. What's the worst that could happen?
Oh, that's not a question to ask.
Yeah, I know, I know. I'm kind of commentating, cursing myself, but that's okay. I'm good with them. Come on, bats. For anybody that's watching that isn't aware, NPC guillotine actually stems from these bats because
Yes.
somebody got stuck in this hallway in a race behind a bat. Okay. Here's the safer tile for that elemental. Sphinxes are not great. That's really a waste. Okay.
So
So that was the origin of
that is
NPC
the safe
guillotine.
tile. That is the safe tile even with encounters on.
Yeah. All right. You know what?
Yeah, level 10, you're pretty close to four hits.
There we go. Yeah. All right. All right. Let's see if this is something useful. Okay. I'll take the
It,
crown.
it's
Except
10 it's
Astos's
plus ten
buff, which
percent
is not
XP.
ideal, but you know, um, it's fine. All right. Let's check these trap tiles up here.
Well, not only is it fine, it's plus 10% XP.
It's true. Bulls are not great. And then, so this one is different. Okay.
Hello.
This is a thing. Um, this is a thing. Okay. Oh, no,
Hmm.
no, that's not a thing. Okay. This is not not great or actually not terrible. Actually, that's really interesting.
They're
I have
not
two soft
beefy
potions. This actually could be fantastic.
because they're really not that beefy.
They're not that beefy, and when I'm done grinding, I can simply hit a soft potion on the two stone folks, and that's that. Okay, okay, he's starting to hit now. That's great. So let's take the ribbon off of. Oh, you're perma ribboned. That's
Yeah.
unfortunate. Okay, well I'm just gonna take a few levels here just to ensure that I can kill the fiend. Oh, that's not ideal. I guess it's a good thing that I have two ribbons. So these guys have a nasty script. It's a good thing. It's a good thing I've got some resistances.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I'm probably not going to want to take too many more levels than that. This is going to have to do for now. I know that's there. If I can't find anything else, it's fine. I can with no enemies, the walk back down here isn't terrible. Um,
If
Certainly not ideal, but it exists.
if my
All
num
right.
if my limited ability to do math live on Twitch is correct, you should be at 6 hits now.
Yes, because I did hit one of them for 5 hits, so they've got a bit of evade, but I know I've hit that 6 hit threshold, so uh, a lot less worried about the fiend up here, especially because I also have fast, so that's 12 hits. Each of the hits isn't going to be super hard because um,
Still
the amount
relatively low
it's based on
level,
level, so not super hard, but there'll be lots of hits.
and that's another
It's
white
okay.
mage behind Atia.
Behind a Tiamat. Okay. Okay, so now I guess I'm gonna have to make sure I certainly do some mitigation because I don't need him taking out just punching me very quickly. Oh, just doesn't punch very hard. Okay, never mind then. I'm just gonna switch straight to punch and fade and brack. Yeah, 12 hits for 108. Unfortunately, many hits, but many finger taps basically.
Well, high absorb.
Yes, but who needs punch when you
but
can break into pieces?
but cheeky brack strats do work.
Yes. All right, so one fiend down, and I've got some progression now. So that's great. I'm over here. Let's check Melmon, see what we've got magic wise.
We can also look at the hint giver.
Yes, exit. You know what? There's nothing
Exit
else for level 5, so that actually might be good,
exit that's
especially if I
white
have to go
mage.
into some of the other spots.
Yeah, exit that's white mage
Uh,
learnable.
Rub Zap, Lit 2 stun, kind of useless. All right, let's see what the hint says. Okay, no, I know where the loot is. The loot is behind TNT. That actually is a fantastic hint.
That's a big hint.
That's a big hint. Okay, let's go dance with Astos.
You want to save? Oh wait, you just saved.
Yes. Hey, look, another white mage. Apparently it's oops all white mages and black belts. Okay, I've got the herb. Okay. So we got a little vanilla there. It's okay. I'll just fade you.
Yeah, a little French
Oh,
vanilla.
wow, you are a dodgy, dodgy Astos with a zap. That's a thing. Okay, that's cool. That's okay. That just ultimately means more XP to my black belt. Bane. Ooh, this is he's just rude. It's a good thing I've got resistances again.
Yeah, this Astos is as rude as vanilla Astos.
Yep. Yeah. So
No,
for the ducklings, this is what a boosted Astos can do.
this is more rude than a vanilla Astos.
Uh, huh. Okay. Sure. Why not? Okay. Man. Okay. Wow. Just rude. Oops. Wrong one. There we go.
There we go.
Okay.
There's an Astos
But that
duckling.
is a lot of XP. So yeah, so for the ducklings, you can see how fast this XP is just scaling super fast.
What level was that?
Oh, yeah, I'm up to 21 now on the black belt already, so he's getting up there real fast. Okay, let's see what the herb has. Oh, hey, a thief. Look, that's cute. Finally something other than a black belt and a white mage. An X-Cal +5. That's cute, but not needed. Okay.
That's money.
So now I've got some decisions to make.
I
Let's see
mean,
what we've got magic-wise. Oh, there's temper. Fantastic. take a sweeper as well. Might as well. I mean, at this point, I may not even look at any more magic. May not even look for a nuke at all. Oh, life two. That's awesome. It's red mage learnable. That's great. Okay. Um, Realistically, I think about the only spell I'm looking for at this point is Cure 4. And even that, not the end of the world. Yeah, Cure 3 will do.
Black Mage is in chat says money you don't need. Well, money for consumables.
Yep. Okay, fantastic hint right there. Katana in ordeals. So that's fantastic. This is why we talk to the hint givers right here. I know now I don't have to go to ordeals, which is awesome. Um, it's probably the one place I was really hoping to avoid going. So that is great news for us. Okay. You know what? I've got warp, I've got exit. So as much as I don't want to go to ice, I'm gonna go to ice. It's a pretty quick one with warp and exit. So um, and I can actually also check all the trap tiles
Yeah.
as well if I really
What
want. So,
what tile are you looking for?
well, ideally, I mean, the best one is usually going to be the three eyes because they're paper thin usually. They don't hit very hard. It's one of the safest grinds as long as they don't roll a nasty script. Gas dragons would be great, but sometimes they can hit super hard.
And
Now, the
sometimes
good
they
thing
can
with
roll
this
super
again with
thick.
telemagic, the black belt's got exit, so if I get in trouble, I can pop out. A sea troll really not going to do it for me, but I'm going to kill him anyways because it's probably faster than running. All right. Um, let's do the warp. Let's see what's here and see what the item is. Nope, not interested in Sahags. Slab. Okay, not terrible. So that'll open up Lefane. Um, let's check the tiles. Red bones. That's not going to do it. I'll kill them just so I don't have to go a couple of extra rounds for them, but really not going to do it. Check the last two trap tile. Oh, awesome. It's the rando gonna rando. You just got to leave that one alive. All right. See what else we got here.
Steak and
I
wings.
mean, not terrible. Um, Not terrible at all. Not ideal, but certainly not terrible. I know it's there. It's quick to get here. It's in my back pocket now. I'm still going to keep looking because I've got lots of other places to go and lots of other key items to collect. Um, Also nice, but these guys also can hit really hard. For any ducks that aren't aware, Chimera's ice hits them particularly hard. Ooh, they hit hard. Oof. Yeah, not going to take this grind.
Yeah, they punch pretty good.
Yeah, yep, that's a lot of punch. All right. So that's all the trap tiles. Nothing else here for me. Let's get out of here. I don't think I have a house, do I? I do not have any houses. Okay. But I got lots of money now, so oh, I don't think there was camping gear
There was
here. There was
not.
only
It
just
was
pures,
just pure
wasn't there?
pots.
Yep. Okay. That's fine. The inn is here. That'll get me through Volcano. All right, let's do Volcano. There's a bunch of trap tiles here. No, actually, let's for ducks. If you park the airship right here, you'll save a couple seconds when you come out.
Mm, nope, you had it right the first time.
Oh, is it? Ah,
It is.
poop.
It's the left.
Okay.
It's down. It's the
I
left
should know
side.
that. I'm a lefty. Um, let's check all the trap tiles here. Get another orb. Let's see. What do we got? Well, that's certainly not going to. Oh, they even have a script. Definitely not going to cut it. You know what? This is probably just faster. This is the challenge with B-side trap tiles. There's a lot of trap tiles, and a lot of them are just absolute junk. Um, One thing that's hard for me to break the habit here is I'm used to walking on the lava tiles to not advance the encounter table. With no encounter table, I have to break old habits for this. And it, of course, means the next race that I run, I will probably proceed not to walk on lava tiles when I need to.
I still walk on the lava tiles anyway.
Yep.
It's
All
muscle
right.
memory.
Let's see. Oh no, that's the same one over there.
You haven't checked that one.
Oh, that's right. That
You
is a
never
different one.
checked the
You are
Gurworm.
correct. I always forget that that one's not the duplicate one.
It is a It
Okay.
is duplicated on Armory floor, but it's
But
duplicated
it's
in
the
the
one that I
actual
didn't go to.
Armory.
Yes. Okay, so Asp's not going to cut it. Normally, I would check the Agama tile here, but because it's a duplicate down on Carrie's floor with another trap tile behind it, I'm just going to go check it there.
And the incentive chest.
And the incentive chest. Well, hello. Okay.
Why, hello there.
Yes, this is something I can get behind. Um, okay, they don't hit very hard. Because my red mage has no armor equipped. They only hit once, and they only hit for about 60. The question is just how beefy are they? That's the problem. They're kind of beefy here. Let's see. I got life 2 casts for days. Okay. All right. So this is a particularly valuable one. 10,000 with 3 characters up. So if I'm soloing that, that's 30,000 life. That's a lot. I'm not going to worry about soloing it right now. Let's see what else we have. You know what? The sentries alone, I'm gonna pick the sentry up because, in spite of the fact that they're kind of beefy and they're kind of tough, sentries actually individually give a pretty solid amount of XP. And because I ambushed them, free XP. All right, incentive chest. Okay, there's the key. That's fantastic. That opens up Cardia or Corneria locked, Marsh locked. So after this, now I know I've got several incentive locations that I'm going to go to.
Did did you check Corneria Item Shop?
I did, I think, maybe.
I think we did.
I got to go back there anyway, so I'll just
But
check
we're
it
gonna
again when
have
I
to go
go
back
back
there
there.
anyway.
I thought I did after Toph, but well, things happen, and it's not out of the realm of possibility that I completely imagined that I did. Um, okay, see, this is the problem with worms. They they can absolutely pulverize you. So I'm just really hoping they don't kill the red mage here. Well, that's not ideal either. But life 2 in battle, so let's bring you back up. Yeah, because I'm just gonna go kill whichever the fiend is here, because this is a quick walk back down, and I'm gonna have a fair number of levels here. So, but I want to make sure I kill that fiend. I can always kill the fiend and then come back here,
Right.
because then I can warp out after that. And killing the fiend obviously is the most important thing here. Hey, look, a black mage. Um, Not that I'm going to take the black mage anyways, because I'm pretty set in my party here. I'm pretty good. All right,
No
let's see
one's
what we have. Oh,
Macklin in chat. No one's ever lost a race to forgetting the Corneria Item Shop.
no, never. I'm sure I've done that on multiple occasions because I like to save it for after Toph, because it's rare that you would have the money to buy the item right away anyways. So it's a bit of a time saving measure. With that said, that obviously comes with the risk of forgetting it every now and again. Okay, so black belt is good now. He's punching very good now. That is good. And Carrie's totally missing. Okay. So down goes Carrie. Um, okay. You have no cast effect. Okay, that's yeah, I'm gonna exit out there because I'm just not comfortable at all that I am going to be able to keep up with those worms.
Yeah.
Which is fine. I've got lots of incentive locations still to check. It's a very, very quick walk down there. Um, it's fine because I'm going to be going to Marsh anyways, which is multiple trap tiles. So yeah, I can come back to that. I've got that in my pocket now. I know that's there. Yeah. we're good there. So let's go check Marsh quickly, get two more incentive items, keep jacking up that XP.
Corneria locked as well.
Yes, absolutely. That'll be on my way by here. All right.
So as a best practice for ducks, when you're not running a zero encounter rate seed, you actually want to go around the left side of that room.
Yeah, because you'll get that one extra step with the door. Oh, this is nothing. Okay, nothing here. The bottle. Okay, that's good. I'll take that. That leads me on a little bit more of a quest. It's not you. It's why can I never? It's the fourth one, or it's this one, isn't it? Chimera. That's kind of useless. Okay, and I'm also up to 8 hits now, which is great. Vorpal, not particularly useful. Okay, so let's just get out of here. But it's two more incentive items. It's more XP. That is good. And I now know where I'm going next after Canaria locked. I'm gonna go down to Gaia because the vendor item is still outstanding, and that's either in Canaria or sorry, not Canaria, Gaia or Onrak or the Caravan. Those are the only places I haven't been to yet, just for safety's sake. It's not there. Um, no, no houses there either. That's what I'm really looking for.
I know they were in Provoca,
Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got up
which
here.
which always feels bad to go to that item shop.
And also, before I forget, I've got the slab, haven't translated it, got to go back to Melmond, so that way I can do the quick twofer with the slab and the bottle and the chime. Okay, so that's one half. So now really all I'm looking for is Oxy and Cube, and I'm done.
And TNT.
Right, because that's where the loot is. Correct. You are correct. Thank you. Uh, although it would have been quite humorous if I forgot that I hadn't gotten the loot and went and bonked off the plates. That would have been embarrassingly hilarious. Okay.
Also, good remembering to translate the slab because
Yes.
no one's ever lost a race by forgetting to translate the slab and getting looped.
No, nobody has ever looped themselves. And while I swing by here, let's quickly check one more potential item spot. Oh, I got houses. Perfect.
Yeah. No one's ever looped themselves twice in a row.
No, never. It's okay. I remember one match where I not only looped myself, but I then um, forgot to get the loot, and I bonked off the plate. That
Oh,
was awesome, and it was actually a Lefane ladder race. So yeah, that was great. I was real happy with that. Uh, yes, I did know the slab is there because I already picked it up. No, okay, so I know the vendor item is in on rack. Brew stick, totally unneeded. That's okay. I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit, DM. We've got as some people might know, we've got the 10th anniversary of the server coming up. So 10th anniversary since Entroper launched
yes.
0.10 of the randomizer. So what's your favorite randomizer story?
Oh. Um, well, let's see. I looped myself twice in a row in the same race. Um, Probably my favorite. My by the way, you can check the hint giver in there.
Oh yeah, I forgot there's a hint giver there. You're right. Let's check him.
Um,
Yeah, and there's the zonk.
uh, I, I don't know that the video of it still exists, Retro Indie Josh. Um, let's see.
Okay, so where am I going to go now? So what is left? Oh,
On rack for the
right.
item?
Cardias. Cardias is left. I don't want to go to on-rack if I can avoid it. I know the vendor item is there. The problem with that is I know I can go to the waterfall, but if the Oxyale's not there, I've got to double dip
Yeah.
on rack continent. If you can avoid it, you never want to double dip on rack continent. Crystal. Okay. Yeah, that's here we go. Let's I hear you like fetch quests. That's cool. I probably should have used Orb Exit there, but that's okay. At least the crystal's kind of close though. It's not far away.
Yeah, it's pretty much straight down and a little bit to
And
the
actually,
right.
while I'm here, quickly check the toe flock trap tile. See if it's anything worth getting. It is
Nope.
not.
Oh.
Okay.
Um,
Another
this
white mage. That's cool. And there's my cube. Okay. Okay, that's fantastic.
this
Okay, so
community's
now,
this
at least that
community's
opens
done
up
a whole.
Sky. So that's where I'm going.
This was one of the first. This was one of the first groups where I actually felt like I could I could go to the marathon, that I could be part of the marathon.
Yeah, if there's one thing I can say about the FFR group is they are all good people. Well, hello.
Why, hello there.
I hear you like XP.
I
We
hear
have
you
lots of
like
XP.
I hear you like crap tons of XP. So here's crap tons of XP for you.
Yeah. And also with a couple of black shirts and Ice 3, there's going to be a lot of damage. But they do seem to be hitting like trucks, which is not great. Not great at all. It's okay. We have Life 2 in battle. But that is a lot of damage. They are absolutely just trucking that black belt. But
Well, because the black belt
15,000 XP
because the
with
black
three
belt has a
characters
ribbon
up,
on.
that's a lot.
They're trucking him because he's got a ribbon on,
Yeah.
which
Oh, that's
means he
right.
doesn't have the
Yeah.
absorb.
Yeah. But we're not quite at the point where we can risk him dying to an insta kill yet. I'm
Yeah.
usually comfortable taking off the ribbon around level 35 or so, because the chances are pretty small. But at level 28, it's still too low for my comfort level. Okay, so I'll take the power bonk there. Good XP, but also it's good for you. All right, let's give you a black shirt as well, in case I want to go back down to the black or the gas dragons later. I just remembered something that I hadn't thought of that changes my calculus.
Required Warmac?
There's a Warmack up here. I
Yes, there
totally forgot
is.
about that. What's
Yes,
the worst that could happen?
there is a Warmac, but you're punching 8 times.
Yeah, exactly. And a fast will get off quickly. I'm only marginally concerned. I think the worst thing starting off would be if he's a high roll nuke that just puts me behind the 8 ball early. But otherwise, I'm pretty confident with this. Um, yeah, let's just do that. Let's get a fast up. Okay, so he's thick. Okay, nice 3. Okay, I can live with that. Okay. One more of those and another temper just because. Okay, he's real thick. Okay.
Yeah, he's got big armor.
Not worried, but he's beefy. He's got some defense on him. Um, yeah, that's okay. Okay, that's fine. He's definitely got some hit points to him. Okay. Ooh, he's got a nasty script, but okay. All right. All right. I can live with this. Okay. And there's our max XP for everything. And for the Ducks, Cure 3 is actually a bit of an underrated spell. Don't undersell Cure 3. It heals a lot of hit points.
It does.
Hey, look, we have another white mage because everybody loves more white mages. And hey, look, we got a Kraken. I'll just go with the punch strats.
Dude casts Punch. It's super effective.
It is very effective. I like 1,000. Ooh, he hits a fair bit too. Okay. Okay. That's fine. But okay, let's just punch him. Oh, dude is really thick. Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's definitely pretty thick.
Okay. But I don't
Yes.
think you're gonna survive another punch for 1,500. I don't. I just don't think it's gonna happen.
So yes, ampersand in chat asks, "What's the flag?" It is, in fact, a free enterprise.
Okay. Where was I again? Okay. I think I'm gonna be forced to double dip that on-rack continent. Uh, or it just actually it just might be there. I'm gonna bet you that the Oxy is the vendor item and it's sitting in on-rack.
Ha ha!
Good to see a bit of a trolley seed.
This
Okay.
seed's got jokes.
Okay. That's fine. That's fine. Oops.
Seed's got
Um,
jokes.
okay. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to check mermaids, much to my chagrin, but that's okay. Because while I know where the loot is, I don't know where the TNT is. It could either be here, uh, or is or it could be waterfall.
Yeah.
It's one or the other. That's the one that I was missing. Well, let's check it here. I'd rather it be here than waterfall. It's a little bit shorter here.
Yeah, it's here or it's waterfall.
Yeah, it's in waterfall.
It's in waterfall.
Okay, well that's fine. It's fine, I guess. You know what? Let's get ready for the end game. Let's take the ribbon
Yeah,
off.
as I say, we're close enough
What's
to
the
suit
worst that can
everything.
happen?
There are no encounters, Possumorpheus. That is part of the free enterprise preset. There are no encounters. Says, I take it we either have the greatest walk cycle in history or this is no encounters. I do want to point out one thing. If you go up the left side of that thing, you get the free step at
Right.
the door there.
Yep. You are correct. Even though the right side seems shorter, it is not. Oops. All right. Let's see what trap tiles we have here. Anything worth it? No, that is not worth it.
That is an awful trap tile.
That is an absolutely awful trap tile. So is that. That is really not great. All right.
It could be worse. Could be
It could
vanilla
be worse.
scripts.
All right. So on to what would normally be Kraken, but by process of elimination, we know it is Lich.
Well, and the ducks can attest. I hammer on free steps a lot,
Yeah.
mostly because I had it hammered into me a lot. Ooh,
Ooh. Lich punches like Kraken. Okay. That's a thing. Okay. And he's thick.
Lich hitting like a truck. Yes,
Lich
free
got
steps
tired of
are
the
very
jokes.
important. Retro Indie Josh in chat. Free steps are very important and can be hard to remember until you muscle memory them.
So you want to hear a story about free steps? In spring tournament, I want to say 2021 or 2022, in the last chance race. Oops, I got to go to waterfall. Um, the way it rolled out in Topher, if you burned the first encounter, um, you ended up with four unrunnable nuke worms 2 steps before the staircase to Chaos's floor.
Oh,
I was the only one that didn't burn that encounter in my dive. Everybody else did and got a nasty surprise as they got to the end of Topher. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I actually won that race and got into the brackets. All right, so there's the TNT. We know what the TNT leads to. So let's go get that. And then I'm also probably going to have to go down to Volcano to finish off a grind because I'm not super comfortable with these levels yet.
um, the volcano, or do you want to do the purple worms? You want to do the gasties?
That's a good question. Where were the Gasties again? Oh, right, the Gasties were in Mirage.
Gasties were a blue
Yeah,
dragon tile,
that's a good question. Huh. Gasties hit like a truck. Mm,
but
they're
your
both pretty long walks.
your black belt's gonna have a your black belt's not gonna take as much
Yeah,
now.
it's true. Um, I think the Gasties had a little bit less hit points, and they were only hitting once. So I'm gonna go with the Gasties.
And they didn't have nasty script.
It's true. It's very true. So let's go with the Gasties. We'll see if I regret my life choices or not.
Gasties pretty much just punched.
Yes. And I'm not even worried about killing off the other two so much, but the XP is so much that
Yeah, the
it's
XP is
the
so
the levels are
high.
going to come real fast. Oh, but the ambush, I forgot about that. That's not great, but whatever. It's fine. Okay, so these guys have somewhere around 450 hit points. Which means it's probably going to be faster to punch them down rather than to use that black shirt.
Yeah, yeah, that's what it looks like. You gonna go all the way to 12 hits?
We're gonna play it by ear, see how much damage gets done. I mean, the good thing is I have exit, so um, it's a little bit easier to get out if I'm in trouble and there's no encounters. So, um, yeah, I think so. Assuming assuming I have enough heal pots because they are still hitting this guy for a lot, which is not ideal. And I may have to use a little bit of defensive measures if four of them roll up because that's not great. But 25,000 XP for two is a lot.
That is a lot of XP.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a little bit of mitigation. Three is a little bit scary. I'm assuming they're gonna start missing now, mostly, anyways, or maybe not.
They're missing more.
You know what? It's coming fast enough. I'm just gonna take this all the way to 50 because that's probably only about one or two more fights. So
Yeah, that's not that many more fights.
No, but 4 ambushers is not ideal.
Yeah, that is less than friendly.
Yeah. But 4 here is probably going to take me up to level 48.
4 here ought to
Um,
take you to pseudo ribbon,
yeah.
which is 47, 48.
There's 47. So one more fight will. I'm going to stop after one more fight regardless, because I'll just pick up the last little bit of XP in Topher. Assuming I don't even get it here, which I might. Ow! I don't like you crits. You're not supposed to crit like that. I'm the one that's supposed to crit, not you.
Yeah, yeah, that's crits. Yeah, and we're on 12 hits.
Yep. I do like punching for 2,600 damage at a time.
Yeah.
It's quite lovely. All right, level 50. Here we go. Did I turn in my loot? I did. Okay, perfect. All right, let's go. Let's go res in Canaria, and let's go for the dive. Not worried. Level 50 black belts with support. Um, barring a really nasty alternate chaos, really not worried here at this point.
Yeah, and even if it is some sort of a ugly alternate chaos, we have fade.
Yeah. Oops. Don't know why I went in there. We've
Restore
got multiple fades. Yeah.
get the
We've
rest of your
got
heal
lots of
pots.
evasion. I think we're okay actually. So I've got the defense sword and a ruse stick. So just for safety's sake, I'm gonna put the ruse stick on my red mage, just as a bit of a safety measure, in case I get something like Fun Dead or whatnot, just to make sure that I don't lose those guys right away.
I support safety measures like this.
I mean, it's short Topher, so I'm less worried, but yeah. All right. Okay. Oops. You. Because didn't matter.
Dude casts punch. It's super effective.
Yep. It really, really is. Oh, and fake Kraken doing Kraken things.
Yep. I mean, what does Kraken 2 do? Kraken 2 punches a life caster. Wow, it survived a punch.
Yeah, a little bit beefy there, but not going to survive
Not going to
24
survive
hits for 2,700
2,700.
damage. That's not much is going to survive. All right, folks, get your bets in for what the alternate chaos is. I am going to call Snake Pit.
I'm gonna call Fun Dead.
Let's see what we got. Snake
You got it,
Pit.
Snake Pit.
All right. So I know they're in there somewhere. Um, worrying about some mitigation first. That's my primary motivation right now. I don't need both my mages getting punched down very quickly. Let's get rid of all the chaff. Okay, so there they are. Let's start to punch. A little bit more mitigation just in case. Okay. That one is kind of thick, but not thick enough to survive 3,500. I don't think much is going to survive that. And we are done. Yeah, and that for anybody that's just joining us that isn't familiar, that is the power of a fully charged up black belt.
Yes.
Um, Once you get to a fully charged black belt, unless you're playing insanely jacked up stats like we have for co-op, um,
Or
where
Black
sometimes you
Belt
want to
League.
have two black belts, realistically, barring some astronomical 3 and 256 thing, Topher just is not going to stand a chance. It's just whether or not the flag set supports getting that extra little bit of time for the grind. When you've got such jacked up XP like this with tons of key items, like there were a lot of fights that were giving max XP. So things those levels were coming fast and furious.
I always like seeing I always like seeing less than 20 chests opened in a black belt seed.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. That's the key for a black belt seed. Once I got that black belt, for anybody that was here since the beginning, I did not open a single non-incentive chest after that. That was it. And I think overall the only two above that that I opened up were the two in or the three in Toph. So 10 incentive chests, three random chests before I got the black belt. That's it. And that's the key there because remember the black belt does not need any gear. So you don't need to open up. Your win condition is the black belt. Play to the black belt. Um, Getting rid of the loot goblin tendencies is obviously very hard. It takes a lot to break, but just know your win condition.
Yeah, that's a very good point. Know what your win condition is. And when you find a black belt and see in flag sets like this with high experience scaling, that's your win condition. Find a grind, find a grind, get to punching.
Exactly. And another key thing for black belt seeds is the best grind is the grind you find.
Yes.
Don't spend a ton of time looking for a better grind if you've already found a good grind. Um, if you find a good grind, but it's not the time to grind yet, put it in your back pocket and feel free to, like you saw, I went over a few more trap tiles as I was going along, getting more incentive items, but I wasn't going out of my way to find any more trap tiles. I knew where the worms were, I knew where the green dragons were. Those were going to be them, unless I inadvertently came across the eyes. So don't spend all that extra time finding a better grind tile when you've got a good grind tile, especially when there's no encounters and you don't have to worry about walking out anyhow.
Yes. Um, so, any questions in chat about the flag set or anything for Phoenix? Phoenix is one of the better is one of the really good runners in the community. So, this is a great chance to pick his brain.
Oh, I'm washed up. As results from this year showing, I'm washed. I'm rusty.
Yeah. I've seen how easy it is to derust and reseason a cast iron skillet. So, is black belt always the play? Black belt's not always the play. The play is the play you find.
Exactly. And the thing with black belts is they require very specific flag sets because you have to get that levels. You have to get them up to either 32 or 42. Obviously plus or minus what any blurstings on there, because below that they're simply ineffective. Um, they're basically useless below that. Um, if you've got jacked up XP scaling, that's going to indicate a black belt seed. If all of the incentives are in their vanilla boxes, that's a good indicator of a black belt seed. But if the incentive chests are all randomized and you're going to be opening a lot of boxes, it's probably going to pay to take a thief or a fighter as your carry because you're probably going to naturally find that gear um, that you just don't need for the black belt because you're going to be opening up a ton of boxes anyways, and you just don't have to worry about that grind. Depending on the scaling, you might go into Topher with a thief or a fighter carry as low as like level 16. Depending on the scaling, you may have to go up into the 20s, but still you don't have to spend that time to get up to the 30s and the 40s. But the ultimate guaranteed hammer is the black belt. The fighter, the thief, great carries, but they're fallible. you can still lose with the fighter or the thief. It's extraordinarily difficult to lose with the black belt.
As was pointed out last night in the OJ Power Hour, the Masa will occasionally betray you.
Yes, it will. So will the katana. So will the vorpal. And if you've got vanilla chaos, the X-Cal is not great against that because chaos is the only enemy that doesn't have a type, so the X-Cal bonus doesn't apply. And with the terrible crits, it just doesn't do very much.
Yeah,
So all the weapons are fallible. They will at some point fail you. You will get the Oslaughter paradox, the 6 hits for 29 damage. Um, yeah, but fists do not betray.
fists are much less rare to betray you,
Exactly.
but they take a lot more time and a lot more levels to get online. Are there any extra considerations with the random final boss? That's a great question, Retro Indie Josh.
Tons. That's a fantastic question. Tons. If we'll put it this way, if it was Vanilla Chaos, my opening move would have just been punch, fast, wait, and that would have been it. I would have just, and it would have been over in 2 turns. With the alternate bosses, you need to ensure you've got mitigation measures. You've got to have defensive measures because some of these packs, depending on what they roll, can hammer you down quickly. A nasty fun dead pack, those phantoms hit like trucks. And if Lich 2 rolled opening nuke, you're in a world of hurt because then you've got to decide, um, do you need to blitz down the Lich 2s before they nuke, or do you need to get up some mitigation measures against the Phantom's punches? Same thing with Snake Pit, Double Dragon. There's a lot more thought going into the what if than the Vanilla Chaos.
I would say Double Dragon is probably the easiest of the alternate final bosses, only because it doesn't have a lot of trash packs that you got to mitigate.
Exactly. It's only 2 attacks per turn. That's the biggest thing that you have to think of when you get the alternate attack, the alternate chaos is how many attacks are you facing per turn, right? Snake Pit, Sahagan Wagon are all 8, 9 attacks per turn. So that's 8, 9 things. And if any of those enemies roll the script, it can get really, really, really nasty really fast. Um, so getting those ads down, you've also got to worry about that. So if they roll the script, you've got to get a sweeper out so you don't have to deal with those scripts. A lot of considerations in these alternate chaos fights.
Yeah, that's very good to point out. That's also why for the fighter week, when we did the fighter week and had the alternate final boss, so that XCal was useful. That's why the final boss was Double Dragons.
Yes, Xcal is super useful against alternate final boss. That
Un-
actually
Unless it's
the
Whack-A
that
Darling.
actually won the tournament, the co-op tournament for Chanigan and I, in game 3 against Luffy and Shum. Chanigan had the X-Cal on his fighter, and Shum didn't. And Shum's Chaos fight took long enough that Chanigan was allowed to wipe and then go all the way back through Topher and kill Chaos before Shum got through that Chaos fight, the alternate Chaos fight, because he didn't have the X-Cal with that bonus.
Yeah, yeah. I vaguely remember that co-op. Um,
It was bingo this year, which for any of the Ducks is a fantastic and probably my favorite variation of the game.
oh, I love
Bingo
bingo.
is a ton of fun.
I absolutely love bingo. Um, what's your favorite randomizer story with the 10-year anniversary coming up?
Oh, I've got a couple. So I think my favorite in-game story is the story behind the Luffy doc. Because I
Oh,
watched it live. So um, for the Ducks, or those that don't know, we affectionately named the Ryukon Desert Dock the Luffy Dock after a semifinals fall league race. He was racing for his team and had gotten to a point where he didn't know where to go next. Um, he had the floater, but he forgot that the Ryukon dock was on, and that was all that he needed. And he was rechecking everything for close to an hour while we were all in chat as just having a great viewership time. And Luffy's a great dude, so he laughs about it now, but I can only imagine the frustration in his voice um, that was going through his mind. And this is the semifinals week, so trip to the finals is on the line. Um, just the frustration that was going on, and then he just innocuously sailed past it, stopped, paused for a few seconds, at which point we're pretty sure his soul left his body as he realized the error. And I'm pretty sure I heard a scream from the Maryland area that was pretty loud as he realized what had happened. Um, but great story, and my favorite in the Discord itself is H2 star plus plus. So in spring tournament 2022, there was a lot of contention around the flags. There was a lot of tension in the tournament channel. So people were getting really emotional, and I don't remember if somebody dropped their keyboard or a cat jumped on the keyboard, but somebody just typed in the chat H2 star plus plus. All of the disagreements just stopped, and everybody's just like, "What? What?" And then
Funny,
everybody was good.
funny
And
you
it just
bring
diffused
that.
the entire situation. We all laughed and everything was fine.
Funny you bring
I
that
think those are
up.
my two favorite stories since I joined the server. I think I'm bordering on 5 or 6 years now.
Funny you bring up H2 star plus plus because that literally just came up in the leadership chat the other day, in the last like 3 days.
I love that story because it's just so obscure and random and so perfectly timed.
Um, another of my favorites is another of my favorite randomizer stories. This is not one that happened to me, and it's one that I brought up last night about can we asking if we could do this when we have tri-state airboat. Because if you notice now, the airboat, if airboat is on, the floater is not called the floater. It is called airboat in the menu because Jay Scheidel did not realize airboat was on and could not figure out how to how to get a flying boat.
Yeah, yeah, I remember the early days of Airboat when it was still called the Floater. I fell victim to that once. Um, and then when the airship didn't pop up after using the floater, I realized why.
I've
Yeah,
fallen
I
victim
love
to it
Airboat.
too. I think just about everyone has. But I would love to
Absolutely.
see where it is tri-stated that it is not that does not give it away. Um,
I love the cut of your jib, my friend. You like me enjoy a good dumpster fire and a good trolley seed.
well, because I'm usually in the booth for them.
Yes, you're the one having the fun. Well, the goofs like me are trying to figure out what to do.
I might have been in the booth for that one for the Scheidel one.
You might have been.
Um,
You might have even been in the booth for the Luffy doc.
I don't think I was because I didn't get a lot of semifinals or finals comms assignments at that time.
Ah, fair enough.
I
I
was
don't remember
new.
who was in the booth, but I remember watching it and everybody just trying to will Luffy to the dock. And he came so close so many times, sailing just out of view of it. And about a third or fourth time going back, it was just in view. Um, and then the pause was just classic.
Oof, ambushing Gurmadusa Death Touch Blaze.
Oh, that actually reminds me of one of our founding stories, and poor Tristel. This actually, he actually walked away from the game for a while. The stone touch Gurmaduces of Death in Topher,
Oh,
and this was many years ago. This is actually before I even joined the server, very very early on. Um, Poor Tristel was in Topher um, quite a long time before his opponent, and just could not figure out how or get the RNG to manipulate past these ambushing Gurmaduces on Lich floor that stone with stone touch. And for those that don't know, Gurmaduces always roll with several hits, like tons of
yeah.
hits. And like it was just a killing field. Um, so many wipes, eventually, so that his opponent was able to RNG through it on about his second or third try, and ended up winning the race that Tristel had about a 20-minute lead in.
Mm, ouch. Oh, if there aren't any other questions in chat, then we'll wrap things up. Um, your final thoughts on the seed?
Good seat overall, you know. Happy to get a black belt in this because these really are meant for black belts. But it also would have been interesting to showcase how a fighter or a thief gets through these. But good seat overall. I was worried after level one, but the rest of the levels were fantastic. Just made it super easy, which was good. Um, Nothing too nasty in the other than Astos in the scripts, which is good. But again, when you have a black belt, once you get enough levels, the scripts just don't matter at that point.
Yeah, the scripts stop mattering at there. Um, so there will be a free enterprise seed going up on the weekly async tomorrow. Ravioli will put that up. Oh, there's another randomizer story. The one winter tournament that I entered, I I sign up for it. I'm ready to do it. I find out a week before pool play starts that I'm going to get sent on a work trip 2/3 of the
Mhm.
way around the world, or a third of the way around the world. So now I
That's gonna
have
make it
to
fun to stream.
so now I have to figure out one how to stream race from a hotel in the Middle East, and how to schedule races when I'm 8 to 9 hours off of most of the rest of the server.
Nothing like 6 a.m. races.
I, I think I ended up racing at like 8 p.m. for me, which was 10 a.m. for my opponent.
Oh, yeah, that's an early race.
Yeah, yeah, that was. But my opponent in the bracket was Ravioli, who is ridiculously good, who has been ridiculously good since he started, and I actually took a race off of him.
Well done.
So this is it's a lot of fun. I hope that the boot camp has been educational for everyone. It's certainly been educational for me. It has helped me learn how to develop and balance a flag set. Of the 16 flag sets that you'll see over the boot camp between the boot camp and the derby, I think I built somewhere around 12 of them.
Yeah, flag crafting is an art.
And the and one of them, the first round of the derby, I had to go through about 3 iterations of to get to get tuned right where it was challenging but not punitive.
Yeah, that's really the hard part is making sure that you're not finding that nice little middle ground there. I know when I created one of the Lefane League seeds this season, and my I ended up with a difficult playtesting seed, which meant that I undertuned the flag set, and it actually became far too easy, unfortunately.
Um, well, thank you, Retro Indie. I'm glad you have enjoyed it. I'm glad everyone's enjoyed it. I'm glad. So I'm gonna do some overall some overall thanks for the whole of the boot camp. I want to give a lot of thanks to Saracen and Luffy for for trusting Rax and I with keys to the program. Big thanks to Rax for working together with me, being willing to listen to my crazy ideas and go through all of help me figure out flags and help build some flags of their own. Thank you, Dark Moon, for all of the graphics. The graphics have been great as we go duck to the future, and as next week we start going duck in time. Um, Thank you to Luffy for running our Thief Week seed, to Franklin for running our Fighter Week seed, to Jay Scheidel for running our Mage on a Stick. Thank you Sonny Wrath for running Entrance and Floor Shuffle. Thank you Fry Teeth for running Party Draft, and thank you Phoenix for running Free Enterprise.
Thanks for having me. It's been a blast. I love black belts and free enterprise. Um, and yeah, thanks for DM for putting this together. You do a fantastic job on this and helping our ducks along, getting to learn the game.
Well, I wouldn't be here if not for the people that taught me how to do it. So it's only a matter of passing that on. On behalf of all of us here, on behalf of all of us here at the Final Fantasy Randomizer community, uh, for Phoenix, for Dark Moon, for all of the admin team, for Rax who couldn't be out tonight because they had a whole lot of other things going on this week. For Saracen and Luffy, for all of our runners, for all of our platties, that did the platy party the last 3 weeks, for everyone out there, Mr. and Mrs. Final Fantasy Randomizer, and all the ships at sea. I have been DM Stewart 1981. Good night, everybody, and we'll see you for the Derby.
Bye.